All right, brother Omar Shanley. Good to talk to you all. Nigerian Lucas here, Big Obo Media. Omar, we just got to holler at you at San Diego Comic-Con. Thanks for the book. Thanks for the interview. That is live now.
No doubt.
Plug that really quick. But talking about the excitement of season 2 of Raising Kanan, you two, the simple question is, there is a code amongst trust amongst one another to your fellow officer. This has already been a little bit explored season 1. Things are getting out of hand early right now. I mean, people out here creeping at night, following each other, all sorts of different things happening. But just how far do we see the two of this go? Or do we eventually get to a point where we trust one another? Even with your character, Shanley, getting advice from other characters telling you that, hey, you're supposed to trust your fellow officer at every single time. And we see you don't listen, but we'll see what happens. But how far do we see this two go?
I mean, you see it evolve. That's what it is, you know? It's like in season 1, I guess you could say they were the odd couple, you know? And but in by the end of season 1, you know, obviously Howard gets shot, and there's a brother sisterhood, you know, between officers, and so you know Burke is like really concerned, and by that time, Howard is sort of, he respects her, you know, because of her persistence and things like that. But then when we get into season 2, he's trying to figure out what's going on. She's trying to figure it out in her own way, but he knows, hey, you stepping into some stuff that you're not aware of. So the tough love sort of comes back, but it's out of a space of protection this time, you know?
And of course, Shanna doesn't see it as protection. She sees it as another barrier to, I think, be a wrecking ball through. So yeah, you see her asking a lot of questions that maybe she shouldn't be asking.
Now, quickly, Shanley, you have inherited the mantle of the untrustworthy cop in the Power universe. From Burke, we have Greg Knox, we have Detective Rod, we have everybody. What are your thoughts of inheriting this mantle, and how do you prepare for an understanding that you're going to be possibly the most hated character on the show?
That's a great question. You know, I am a little sister, so I am petty. I've learned to be petty and annoying, and I have taken up, like, you could say that that's my big gold belt in this season. I am the annoying, questionable little sister that's just trying to get the answers out from everybody at all costs. And not a lot of people are going to like Shannon all the time. That's okay. But yeah, I think it's fun.
But can I piggyback on that real quick? But Burke is tough. And that's the thing. She's tough, you know? And like for Howard, he's actually policing the community he grew up in. So that's what everybody's talking about in 2022, right? And so he was doing that in the 90s. So now it's like the neighborhood's like, well, who's this white girl? But she's with Howard. So she's kind of protected, you know? So I just wanted to say that too, like, but she's tough. She may be petty and all of that, but she's tough. And that's kind of how she earns his respect, like in that way.
Yeah. Circling back to Howard, you know, Howard, we didn't quite get pieces of this in the beginning of season 1, but it's very evident in season 2 that he is a chess player, always thinking a few steps ahead. And I know that had to excite you, really seeing this character being able to unshell in the way it's been. So beyond the protection of Kanan, is Howard already sort of thinking about his own protection at some point? Because I know he emphasized not about wanting to be selfish, and it was always about him, but now he's pointing it back out. But still, in this game of chess, you still have to kind of blanket yourself with knowing what may come around. So where do we kind of see that, like, is that element explored for Howard in terms of like, yeah, Kanan, I'm gonna take care of him, but also things may be coming my way?
That's a great question. I would say this, and this is pun intended, Howard's comfort zone is power, is control, whether it's in the department, whether it's on the streets. So I think even though he was faced with his own mortality and he's emotionally vulnerable, he's also narcissistic. in a way. Like, this ain't gonna happen to me, you know. Ain't nobody, they know better than to step to me like that, you know. So the fact that this kid who he has suspicions might be his biological son is the one that shot him, to him, that makes sense on the chessboard, because ain't nobody else gonna try that. You know what I mean? So he's, and so in a way, it fits into his narcissism of, you know, the world revolves around me, you know. But you're right, that was a great question, because he is a chess player. So that's what's going to be fun about the audience seeing Howard in season 2 is he genuine about this, or is he manipulating the situation for his own means, you know? And that's sort of the balance that we go through in season 2.
Right on, right on. Well, we are already, as we've been saying all day, we're riding power to the wheels fall off. Season 2 has already been pretty crazy, and it's been a pleasure to talk to you two about it today. Hope to get a chance to talk about it again soon.
Big gold bell.